How's it going, everyone? I think we are finally getting this going. Oh, sorry. Having some issues. I was trying to start up some new software and just did not work very well at all. I'm trying to make sure this is actually working now. I think I just have to delete all this other stuff. How's it going, everyone? Sorry, again, this all deleted everything but this stream, so that way we don't have any issues. How's everyone doing? All right, I think we are good to go. Just making sure that everything is set. Appreciate everyone's patience with this. Try to get Jarrad on. I had a little bit of an issue with the software I was using. Okay, just want to make sure that this is all done. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Let's talk about Workhorse. Let's talk about stocks. What do you guys want to talk about? Hopefully, we can get Jarrad on. Maybe soon. Maybe this weekend or maybe next week. I'll have to check with his schedule. But again, that was just kind of frustrating. I hate using new stuff when it doesn't work right. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm just pulling this up on my phone to make sure that everything looks right. Okay, looks like it's working. All right, so for some reason it's not showing me the comments either. Let's just make sure. All right, it's working. If you guys see me looking down, it's just my phone. For some reason the comments aren't working now, so this is just gonna be frustrating. All right, thumbs up. Thank you. Workhorse. Yeah, so Workhorse has been down a little bit. Not great, but we do what we can. Gotta look long term, not just short term. So yeah, we'll get through. It's good now. Okay, you got this. Thank you. Made it to the stream. Thank you, Strategy Gaming. Workhorse. Okay, just getting caught up. Announcement soon. It could be. So we don't really know when the announcement will be. Just working to try to get that. But it could be mid-October. It could be end of year. No one really knows at this point. So hopefully we'll get news soon, but you never know. Okay, what's going on with the contract? Just like I said, it could be a while still. Yeah, everyone seemed to be panicking with Shell. I saw that today. It was down pretty significantly. I think when I looked, it was down 8 or 9%. So, not great, but it could be worse. I mean, we've seen a lot of this market go up, so it could definitely drop off, right? We don't really know how it's going to go. We just got to have faith long term that it's a good company. All right. Sharp dip at 4 a.m. went down. Workhorse went down to 22. So I'm not sure what time zone that is, but yeah, nothing on UPS. I'm not a doctor, so I have the anatomy posters because I was pre-med, but I'm not a doctor. Hey, Rowan, nice to see you. Thoughts on Workhorse and Shell? Good long-term investments. If you're looking short-term, though, these are obviously very, very volatile stocks. We've seen that just over the last couple weeks. It can go up or it can go down drastically. So if you're playing the short game, if you're just trying to get in and get out, it's not the best option maybe for you. Thoughts on MCAC? I have not looked at it. Workhorse is a one-trick pony. I don't know about that. Jose, thank you. I appreciate that you like the videos. Thoughts on NMDM and SBE? So SBE, I've done a video on a little bit. So if you want to hear more about that, that's probably a better video because that probably does more justice to it than just me saying what it is now. Any thoughts on Green Power Motors? I looked into it a little bit, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough to really know. I don't know if a lot of schools really have the money to put into these new buses. But I mean, if they can save money long term, they'll probably buy, right? So just like everything, if it saves them money long term, it'll be worth it. Off topic, but CCL. Yeah. So I actually have some CCL. I have maybe $300-400 worth. Something I bought during the dip, the major dip, and I was buying when it was maybe $11 a share or something. Um, but yeah, long term hold probably pretty good as long as they don't go BK. Should be fine. Should make some good returns. Uh, this troll. Hmm. There's a troll in Jack's live stream today. Uh, Director Harry DeMott sold 50K shares on Monday. So I saw someone saying that one of the insiders were selling, but I'm guessing if it's like the other insiders that were selling, they just sold and what was I gonna say? They just sold on like a scheduled basis, so that's not really a big deal. If they already made that months ago, it's probably just because they're not trying to sell thinking that we're not going to get the USPS contract. They're just selling because that's their regular scheduled selling, and they have to set that up months ahead of time. Do I think it would be a good time or a good idea to buy Lordstown Motors? If you're looking long term, I think Lordstown makes sense. Again, I said this in the last live stream, but really, if they become first to market, I think that's going to be great. If they're not first to market, then they're going to have some really stiff competition. So they have 2 billion in pre-orders right now, but if they're not first to market, a lot of these other bigger companies are going to put up a big fight against them. Sold green power, lost your butt. Yeah, that can happen with these kinds of stocks, right? Other than the USPS contract, what did you see to make you invest? So I actually just did a video. I'm not trying to like plug all my own videos too much, but I just did a video a few days ago about all the bullish points, and I actually had like 18 bullish points. Um, Obviously, I've heard about it because of the USPS contract, right? That's going to be the main driver short term, but long term, they have other stuff going for them. They have their trucks just getting into other lines of business in refrigeration. They have their drones too. I think that they're going to try to sell their trucks to a lot more people than just USPS. So I think there are other options for them. It's just that everyone bought into the stock because of the USPS contract. So I think that, if we don't get it, I think it will definitely send the stock down to $10-12 a share. And even the people that are looking to hold it long term will probably try to get out and then get back in. Yeah, I saw Playboy going public again through a SPAC. I saw that. Um, so the Charge Act was signed by POTUS today. Um, I I read a little bit about that, but I feel like I don't remember what it was about too much. If you guys want to let me know in the comments, let me know. I forgot what it was though. Was that something about that wasn't California, I don't think. Um, where do I see FMCI going? Um, Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate it. Hillian is a buy. Yeah, I think long term they're pretty good, right? Um, Thoughts on Planner? I just woke up to Workhorse being awarded the contract. Oh, you want to wake up to Workhorse being awarded the contract? Me too. I definitely want that. Uh, all right. How about Shell? Yeah. Shell had a rough day today. Workhorse kind of did too. Uh, Stuck behind a little bit. I think we're getting more comments than I can keep up with. Okay, Charge Act incentivizes government companies to go EV. So great news. I'll be honest, I was at work all day up until an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Got home, tried to set up this live stream, couldn't get this streaming software to work. So definitely want to have Jarrad back on. But yeah, I just couldn't get to work. Yeah, so I don't know if Workhorse knows at this point if they've gotten the contract. I would assume they would have an idea, but I don't know why they would hold out on that information if it was for certain. So I don't know why they would do that if they did know about the contract. I mean, I think that they have a pretty good idea just based on their own presentations and probably the government giving them feedback or something. I'm not exactly sure though. That's just my speculation. Any thoughts on FMCI? I haven't really looked at it. Same thing with CCXX. Um, do I think that Workhorse would ever be over $40? Yeah, I think so. I think that if they get 50% of the contract, they will shoot up way past $40 a share, probably to 50 or 60. Do I think NIO will go up after their sales report for September? I don't follow NIO that closely, so I've said this before, but I just don't know the culture very well over in China and the marketplace. So I'm always cautious in investing in companies that I don't really understand the market in. So I I pay attention to them because obviously they go up like 10% when they get good news. But besides that, I don't know for certain, but they've had good sales numbers the last couple months, so I could definitely see that happening. Estimate date for Workhorse probably halfway through October, but that's speculation. It could be end of year too. So Sam H says market crash coming soon, massive protests over election, sell move to cash, buy stuff at a discount. Uh, so I don't know about the massive market crash coming. I don't like to try to figure out when the market crashes or when it's going to be because a lot of the time we're wrong, right? So if everyone knew when the market crash was going to happen, I think we'd all be very rich people. But for the most part, we just have to wait and see. And then when it does happen, try to have the fortitude or the intelligence to put as much cash into the market as possible. Of course, we don't know how long it will last when that happens. So you got to just kind of be okay with maybe riding it out for a couple of years. Luckily, this market crash only took a couple months to recover. Yeah, weak hands falling out of Shell and Workhorse, they're saying. Yeah, your stop loss got triggered for Workhorse or you're out. It's rough unless you want to get back in. Uh, yeah, please hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the like button, please hit it. It definitely helps. What's my opinion of Workhorse being in the GSA page? So good question. So someone commented that in my video yesterday, in my second video of the day, the one where we didn't get the USPS contract. And as soon as I saw that, I went to the GSA's page, right? I tried to figure out where it was. And I found it pretty much right away. You just have to search Workhorse. It's at the bottom of a roadside assistance page. I got super excited, made a video right after that. Tried to look up what GSA does, and they do maintenance on these vehicles. They help out if there's some issue. The number was one that doesn't go to Workhorse, but I called it. Couldn't get through to anything. It said like not operator, not found or whatever. I don't remember exactly how it was, but that's basically what it did. Google the phone number. It's to I forgot what kind of company. I put it in the comment for the video, but it's to a company that helps with the chassis on Workhorse vans. So I put that in the comment. I had already made the video before I called the number, but then I did that. Then a couple people said, they did have vans back in that they bought from 2001. So I think they had 3 vans. There was like an article a while ago that they had bought 3 vans. So I don't know if that's what it is. It was updated though on September 4. So I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot whether it means anything or I don't think it's like some hacker or something. People were saying that it could have just been a hacker trying to get in there and like pump up the stock market. And who knows? It could have been. But I mean, if they did that, I would think they would be a little bit better about getting the word out, unless the person that commented on my video was the one that hacked it and tried to play the stock market. I don't know. But Yeah, I don't know. I think that that's probably not a very likely scenario that some Russian hacker or some other hacker, I shouldn't say Russian hacker, some hacker got into the got into the government website. I feel like there's probably better ways of trying to pump up that stock than putting it in some remote government website, not even putting in the right phone number, not even putting it in correctly. So I don't know. I need to get caught back up. I think I ranted there a little bit long. Uh, okay. Definitely too far back. I'm like 3 or 4 minutes back. Isn't crash on December since it's peak flu season? So someone saying bad news coming with bank defaults and mortgages, maybe, but I feel like a lot of people still have their jobs. I mean, there's maybe I think it's 8% unemployment right now. They were talking about that during the debate the other day, and there is still a lot of stimulus out there. A lot of these banks do have a lot of reserves right now. Okay. Oh, so House passed a 2.2 trillion dollar budget increase for USPS. I don't think it's trillion, but maybe billion. I don't know. Why is it going to crash, Trump? Yeah. So with the upcoming, oh yes, thank you, Cake Trader. Hit the like button. Algo, thank you. So shout out to Cake Trader for popping on. But with the upcoming election, I'm not putting too much weight on it. A lot of people are saying that they're selling out right before the election. I don't do that. I don't like that because I have no idea what the market's going to do. Uh, I think Meet Kevin talked about the other day the psychology of selling your stock. So if I sell my stock, let's say all the shares are worth $100, and then it pops up to 110 after that. Well, I probably should still be buying the stock. Like I should be consistently buying. But at that point, if it's 110, maybe I say, okay, I don't want to buy the stock. Maybe I'm nervous about it or I've just seen it go up. So now I don't want to buy in psychologically at a higher price. If I do that, that could really be detrimental to my long-term wealth, right? So that could be an issue. However, if you just continue to hold, you buy in the whole time, you don't have that kind of thing happen, right? So that's just something that I consider. So I think he worded that pretty well. Where am I from? West Michigan. Yeah, buy the dips. You know, the thing that I like about buying the dips, especially if you're like index fund investing, is you know for a fact that the index eventually will return. I mean, without saying 100% certainty, because I'm not a financial advisor, I don't have a crystal ball or anything. You know that the stock market, the general market is going to return. When you buy individual stocks, there's more risk, right? So if some stock goes down 50%, it could be irrational or it could be rational. So when you buy the dips in the index funds, you know that they're going to return eventually. And with individual stocks, you know, it's a little bit riskier, but you could have the same thing. Okay. Sorry. Again, if you didn't know, I'm just looking it up on my phone. For some reason, I'm having problems streaming tonight. So I'm not just like texting in the middle of this live stream or anything like that. Okay. I'm just going to move down to the bottom. When are we hoping for some good news on Workhorse? Hopefully this month. Again, it's just kind of it's kind of random. I mean, we don't know when we'll get news on it, so that's the thing. It could be tomorrow. It could be end of month. It could be halfway through the month. It could be end of year. Have I seen Jack's bodybuilding pics on IG? No, but I saw some of his older videos. He has those. So it's funny. He was a personal trainer, right? That was his day job. Uh, my side job is owner of a or co-owner of a personal training company here, and then Cake Trader, who's also a YouTuber in finance, was also a personal trainer, and Jason, I think Jason Invests, who is also a YouTuber, so he actually knows Cake Trader. He's the same thing. We're all part of that community of personal trainers. So I'm gonna look up. I want to see if you guys haven't seen Jason invest. I would check him out. He just started recently. Trying to find his name. Jason Polun, Polun invest. So shout out to him. He just started a little bit newer, but he's putting in a lot of work, doing daily videos too, just like Cake Trader, just like me, just like Jack. Have I heard about the October 10th date for Workhorse? No, I haven't heard about that. I heard about the October 16, but I don't know. I think a long term, I'm investing for Workhorse, whether they get the contract now or end of the year. I'm not gonna pull out my investment if they don't get it. Like if we don't have an announcement on it, if it comes out that they did not get the contract, then I might pull out my investment. Yeah, short squeeze will probably push. I think it will push Workhorse up way past 35. So someone says that will only go up to 35. I think that, yeah, there's a little bit of the USPS contract priced in, but I think that we'll see a huge short squeeze if we get, let's say, 35, 40% or more. I think we'll see it shoot up. Okay, support. Oh, thanks. Support from 2 a.m. there in the UK. I appreciate it. Yes, Jason Polun, not Polan. So I'll put it in here. Jason Polun investing. So he's doing a lot of the same videos as I am, but you can check out his name. I just put it in the chat there. Thank you guys, all the people saying keep it up and good job. I appreciate it. Again, just looking at my phone because of the comment issues. Thoughts on NIO? I think that they have potential, but I just don't know much about the culture, so I don't like to invest in it. Yeah, all the personal trainers. Yes, we're trying to help people out financially and physically, keeping up their financial health. Yeah, I like that. Shell thoughts. Shell thoughts. I think that they're good long term. And sorry, I need to get into my app here so that I can actually type in the comment. I think they're good long term. I don't know what they'll do short term, right? So that's the issue. Here, Poland investing. Okay. Yeah. So if we get the Workhorse contract, I think someone said this. If we get the USPS contract, I will let you guys know as soon as possible. I work full time, which is the difficult part, but I am trying to make videos as soon as possible when I get news. Thoughts on SBE? So I've done a video on them before. I just want to look something up real quick. With Switchback Energy, ChargePoint, if you don't know what they are electric chargers. I think a lot of companies will try to build out their own network. So that's one of those things where it has some potential, but long term, I think companies might want to do that to create another revenue stream. But short term, they have a massive network. So there could be a lot of potential there. Yeah, Michael, I do have dividend stocks. I actually have a dividend series where I talk about different dividend stocks I'm buying. So Shamar thinks that Workhorse has something coming from Walmart announcement this week or next. Thoughts? I mean, we could get something from Walmart. They said in an interview with Jack Spencer that they're looking at every single company that every single company that they should be talking to, they are talking to. So that's pretty interesting. I think that's a good thing for sure. What percentage of the postal contract does Workhorse need to move up? So this is purely speculation, but I think if they get 30%, 30 to 40, I think that's kind of the cutoff. If they get 40% or more, I think they'll go up. If they get less than that, probably saying about the same. If they get 20% or less, probably moving down. But again, that's just speculation. That's just my thought on it. Thank you for everyone that's saying nice stuff. Have I seen SPAC, a brand new SPAC ETF? Yes, I have. So I actually have a video I made yesterday. I was waiting to release it. It will be tomorrow, and it will be on SPAC, the SPAC ETF, and it will be on a SPAC for SPACs. So kind of interesting, right? We're a little SPACception, if you will. That's actually going to be part of the thumbnail. So yeah, be on the lookout for that tomorrow morning. Any advice on starting YouTube? So Millennial Masters. Yeah. So I've done a couple videos, not on specifically starting up YouTube, but it was like on my YouTube money videos. But I talked about what I think to grow your YouTube channel, and I think the key early on, the easiest way to gain your YouTube subscriber base is to try to produce timely content. Like if you're doing general stock market investing, like index funds and stuff like that, it's not as important. But if you're doing stock market news or like specific stocks, like what I do, you need to be timely. That's huge. So if you can come out with something quick, I think a lot of people like that. If you're like the go-to person for quick news, that's really important. And then just staying consistent, I really like a video or two a day, which seems like a lot, but as soon as you start seeing growth, then you'll like that. A lot of people that I talk to in YouTube, like in a community of ours, they went to one video a day because there's so much more growth. But even just starting off, I do like a video every other day. You have plenty of topics. Uh, do I think that we can sell Workhorse or wait? So I am waiting. I'm not selling it now. I think now is a pivotal time for Workhorse, and I'm not selling now. Thoughts on Lordstown? Good if they can get if they can get their truck to market first, if they can have that first mover uh, leg up. But I think if they wait too long, it'll be an issue. I kind of like Workhorse though, because of the fact that they own 10% of Lordstown. So they're almost diversified in that way. I know 10% of their company is not huge, but Lordstown is a big company and they own 10% of them. So that's kind of cool. Do I have any shares of LCA? No, I do not. Thoughts on iPob? I've never heard of them. IPOB. Yeah. Bren. Oh yeah, Bren. I appreciate it. So I have been trying to comment on all or respond to all the comments. It's been harder recently because I've been doing even more than one video a day, and some of them are getting a couple hundred comments. So I've been like just the last day or two, I haven't been doing that. I've been harding it because it was literally taking a couple hours a night. But I try to respond if people still have questions. It's just if they're just giving me thumbs up or if it's not a question that I haven't been commenting the last couple days. I'm going to try to do more of that and just kind of pick and choose. But it's been a little bit harder recently. Shell is another Nikola. I don't know about that. Nikola doesn't have a product. Okay. DPHC, am I bullish? Yes. Long term, yes. Short term, with any of these EV companies, they're all risky, right? We've seen them get propped up so much throughout the year. They've been really the go-to sector. But, long term, we're moving that way, right? The whole world's moving that way. So long term, I think they're a good option to invest in. But again, it's risky because a lot of these typical car manufacturers, a lot of the traditional ones, are gonna start putting out more EV products. So they're gonna put up a fight. Should you sell uh, Shell? I am not selling mine. I can't tell you what to do with yours though, because that's your money. Hmm. Leaked Workhorse got 70%. I haven't heard about that. Okay. He was just kidding. Yeah. I would be hearing if Workhorse got 70% of the bill or 70% of the contract, I mean. Thoughts on PIC? So I I did a video on them too. PIC is looking at XL fleets. It's an interesting idea. I almost made another video on them, but so they have 9 different products. They're kind of taking the shotgun approach. They already have a lot of big clients. They're one of their like senior management staff did an interview the other day that was kind of interesting. I forgot where you can find it. I had it pulled up a little bit ago, but you can check it out if you want. I think they could be good. They're kind of late to the party here with all these other EV companies already having gone public. I don't think they're getting as much press, but it could be a good option, kind of high risk, high reward, like all the other EV companies. M. Monroe is buying more Workhorse. Nice. You don't see the USPS contract announcement can be made amidst all the stimulus check ruckus. I mean, I don't think that they're mutually exclusive. I think they could be announced around the same time. What do I think about Ford with the EV F-150? I think that's awesome. I haven't seen too much on it. I haven't looked at it or really read about it, but I mean, I like the traditional car manufacturers going more EV. I think for consumers, right? If there's more options available, if there's more competition, it's only better for people that are trying to buy lower price points and better technology. Should you leave Workhorse? I would say no, but that is just my thoughts. That's why I'm doing. I'm not leaving it. What are my thoughts on Dwayne Hughes selling his shares? I assume he just sold like they had been selling before, where they predetermined an amount. So I wouldn't be worried about it. Do I think Trump will have an influence on the USPS contract? I don't think so. I mean, he might try to influence a little bit, but I don't know if he has too much power over it, honestly. Charge bill was passe. Do I think that's a catalyst? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, still moving through. I'm backed up a little bit. You talked to a mailman for USPS. Things are sounding good. So I saw a comment from someone saying that they had talked to their USPS driver and they had been test driving some of the Workhorse vehicles, which obviously they're test driving them, but it was just interesting to hear from someone saying that he had personally seen it. Will DraftKings go to 70? No idea. Thoughts on LCA? I haven't researched them too much. I think that they could be good. I just like I said, I haven't really looked into them too much. I should look into IPOB. Okay, I'll take a look. A lot of people tell me to look at different things, and it's hard to look at all of them because I have like 5 or 10 stocks a day that people say that I should look up. So it's just hard to take a look at all of them. Should you buy Workhorse now? I don't know. If you haven't bought it already, you probably don't want to buy because otherwise you would have, because people have been making videos on it for months. So I'm guessing there's a reason you haven't bought into it, but I don't know what that is. What do I think about Virgin Galactic? They are a very high risk, high reward company, about as speculative as it comes. So some people think Workhorse is speculative, but Workhorse is less speculative, I think, than Virgin Galactic. But it's so interesting. to think about it. Brendan, hi from the UK, 2:40 a.m. Thank you for joining us. New investor, not a trader. I love it. I'm not a trader either. I don't trade options. I don't trade short term. I mean, maybe if you consider like a month or two swing trading, I've done that once or twice, but generally almost every stock that I've bought, I've just held. Am I looking into lithium companies? Possibly. Logan Fisher just made a video on it today. I haven't watched his full video. I watched part of it, but I would consider it. Hmm. Hillian, Hillian forecast tomorrow. Don't know. So hard to tell what companies are going to do day to day. Okay, sorry, I'm still stuck behind. Taurus Acquisition Group, SPCE. So SPCE is Virgin Galactic. Workhorse to the moon. Thoughts on Nordstrom? So I've seen a lot of people talking about Nordstrom. Well, a couple different people, including Jeremy from Financial Education. I don't know. I really like Foot Locker. I haven't looked into Nordstrom too much. Again, I have a hard time just because I I only have so much time in the day. When I make these YouTube videos, it takes a couple hours, like 2, 3, 4 hours per video sometimes. So it's hard to have enough time while I'm going part time or while I'm going full time on and my work and then doing this part time. It's hard to be able to look at every single stock that's interesting to people and that people are making videos about. Like I do a lot of research, but I can't look up everything. What do I do for work? I am a personal banker. So I help people like open savings accounts, checking accounts, help them qualify for loans and that kind of thing. So all that kind of stuff. You're still stuck with NAT? Yeah, I'm glad I got out of that pretty much right before it dropped really a lot. Thoughts on SPAC ETF? So it's interesting. I have a video coming out tomorrow on the SPAC ETF and the SPAC for SPACs. Slump, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Um, I appreciate the donation. It means a lot. Here's a share. Slump, any questions you have for me? That's so nice, but you didn't even ask a question. I feel bad. I can't even answer anything for you. Any reason for the dip earlier on, like today, Jeff? I'd say it's just been up a lot. I mean, we had a huge day a couple days ago, so I think it's just coming down from that. Then yesterday we had a dip because there's no USPS contract, and a lot of people thought Casey still buying NAT. Nice. I mean, nice dividend yield. I don't know, long term, I don't see the price going up too much because we had so many good earnings, or we had such good earnings last time, and this price still went down before the earnings and after. So people were taking profits and then they were worried about it afterwards. Um, have I ever looked at Planet 13 stock, Robert? Yes. So it's hard because so many people are following my channel and so many people are new. Like I've doubled in the last month. So if I haven't talked about something in a month, all the time people don't know. But I own Planet 13. I actually talked about it a good amount a couple months ago. But I do own Planet 13. I have a couple hundred shares or 100 shares, something like that. I think I have $400 worth or 300, something like that. Leonardo, good night. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Election proof stocks. I don't know. I don't try to time the market that much. So, I mean, any of the big companies I have, I'd say I think are election proof, whether you're thinking long term after the election. So, hold on to it through the election. It'll probably be fine. Facebook, Tesla long term, indexes, anything like that. If the stock market goes down, if you don't sell, it doesn't matter, right? So, I'm just holding through. I should be a financial advisor. I've thought about it, but honestly, right now with YouTube, I like this so much more and I can help so many more people that I don't think I'll ever become a financial advisor. Frank, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the donation. It means a lot. Still catching up here. Thoughts on SBE? I talked about it a minute ago, but could be good. Workhorse sell or not? I'm not selling. Who is the best CEO in America right now? Uh, that's hard. I think you have Zuckerberg, Bezos, and Elon. Elon definitely has, I think, the most star power, and he's also the most eccentric. Also, I don't know. I think Elon's the man, honestly. Yeah, so Casey's still buying DHT and NAT. Could be right. I mean, I know someone that has all of their net worth essentially in these tanker stocks. Any thoughts on MO? If I remember their marathon, uh, I mean, I think that they have great dividends. They have good earnings. If I remember right, but long term, I don't see oil companies doing real great. Thoughts on Blink? I haven't looked up Blink too much. I looked up SB a good amount, but um, again, long term, I think that people that or the companies that have these electric cars are trying to make out their own network. So I think they'll try to build that out because it's another stream of income for them. I am invested in Shell, just a small amount. I don't have too much in them because I've been buying a lot of Workhorse. Do I see the stock market leaning one way or another post election? I don't know. I think it doesn't matter unless you're gonna sell right after that. Yeah. Are we expecting a bounce back for Shell? What do I think? Yeah, I mean, long term, I think that Shell will do well. But short term, never know, right? So they're up so much this year. I could see it going down more just because they've been so hyped up. So many people have been investing in them. But long term, I think they're a good option. Okay. What's my favorite brokerage? I like M1 Finance the most. Um, I like M1 Finance the most. They're my favorite brokerage. They're where I hold the majority of my money. I have their links in the descriptions to every video. I don't know if it's on the bottom of this one. I would assume so. Yeah, so it is on the bottom of this one. But yeah, I like M1 Finance a lot. I like WeBull too. I put their links down below too. I feel strongly about both of those. Webull's nice because you can get in the aftermarket hours and pre-market hours. Thoughts on Plug Power? I did a video about them. I included them in a video months ago. I think it was June. And after that, they went up a lot. But I haven't looked into them too much since then. What's my Workhorse average cost? 1963, but it's that high because I kept on buying even when it was higher, when the stock was higher. So I kept on buying and that raised my average cost basis. I think I started buying in around 15 or 16. How's the house hunt going? Uh, so I'm not actively looking for a house. I'm pre-approved, but I'm still waiting. I have to wait a little bit longer before I can feel comfortable putting down the down payment. Oh, MO is Altria. Sorry. Um, used to be Philip Morris. Yeah. So same thing with them. I think Altria is actually interesting though, because they're diversified into a couple different companies. I think they own beer company. They own e-cigarettes or something like that. They're interesting more than just like a tobacco cigarette company. So I've thought about investing in them, but I haven't done it yet, just because there are other stocks to invest in. Hmm. Sorry, just reading through these. Demo, nice to see you. Hello to you too. I do not trade futures. Um, Silver Shrimp, thank you. I appreciate it. What do I think about rocket companies? Again, just one of those companies I haven't done as much researching as I would like to if I was going to invest in it. What other EV catalysts are you looking forward to? That's a good question. I'd say if they can keep on bumping down prices, like obviously EVs cost less long term, at least for the most part, right? For like workhorse trucks, let's say. But if Tesla can bring down their price per vehicle to 30, even if they bring it down to 30 or even mid 20s, like they're talking about, I think that would be huge. That's really important. Should you sell workhorse tomorrow? I am not selling. Logan, what's up? Should you sell all your stocks and buy Tesla calls expiring in November? Yeah, do that. No, uh, obviously can't give you financial advice, but I would not sell all your stocks first of all, and I also would not put a ton of money into Tesla calls unless you want to gamble it away. Thoughts about Nikola? I've never liked Nikola. I made one of my first videos that was monetized was about Nikola. And I don't like it. I've never thought that they were a great company or anything like that. They just have renderings, right? And they have a lot of hype. Should you buy Tesla now or wait? Um, Up to you because it could go up 20% before you can get in, or it could go down 20% after you bought in. So that's up to you, man. If you want to buy in long term and you're okay with it dropping, I'd say go for it. But again, not a financial advisor. Revo, thank you. I appreciate it. Love the content. Thank you. Any news on Workhorse? Nothing really today that I could see. How long do I think before EVs will surpass ICE cars in terms of new vehicle production? I I'd say it's probably over 10 years, but I think there will be a lot of demand for them over the next 10 years. I think it will continue to increase. So some of these I'm skipping, but I probably answered a lot of the ones about like NIO switchback, a lot of that stuff earlier in the video. If you want to take a look at it after this, it will upload to YouTube. You bought Workhorse at 1604. Nice. Can I do a video on my portfolio? Yeah, so I could do that again. I made a video a couple months ago on my portfolio. When I was around 30,000, I think it's around 35 now. So I've been buying a little bit more. It's pretty similar though. Occupation, I'm a personal banker. I do personal training in a side business. I do a bunch of other stuff too. I have a video where I like break down all my streams of income, and I've been doing a lot of different stuff. What was the very first stock I bought and my first loss? Uh, so my first stocks I bought were just index funds. The first one that I bought, I want to say it's IIPR. And that might have been actually a free stock, but that was the first stock I ever picked for an individual stock, and it's done really well since then. It's a dividend paying stock, but it's huge growth. Silver Shrimp bought into Workhorse heavy at $7. Nice. I haven't looked into the Ride IPO. Thoughts on Nikola? Actually, already answered that. I don't really like them that much. Do I like Peloton? I mean, short term, they've been a great investment. Long term, maybe. I think it depends on how we recover from the pandemic, right? Uh, do I think Workhorse will get announced before the election? Maybe. I mean, if if Trump can use that um for his own benefit, I think he'd want that to happen. Hyliion versus Workhorse. Ah, um, I like Workhorse because they're also invested in Lordstown. Hyliion, though, has a bigger market, so it's tough to tell. Short term, if Workhorse gets the contract, I think they're going to be, and they get a large portion of it. I think that they're a better short term option. Long term, I don't know. It's tough to say. Thoughts on Forex? I've never traded Forex. Currently up 14% on Tesla. Should you sell? I don't think Tesla's a good buy and sell stock. I think you got to hold long term with Tesla. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm up 100 something percent, 200% on Tesla. And I bought in when a lot of people thought it was too expensive, anyways. Do I recommend any ETFs with large EV holdings? Uh, Maybe uh, some of the ARK ETFs. I look stressed. I am okay. I was frustrated because I was supposed to get Jarrad on here, Jarrad Morrow, and my software that I downloaded and watched a couple hours worth of videos for didn't work. So I was frustrated at first, but better now. Thoughts on Snowflake? I think they are a great growth company, but with a price to sales ratio of when it came out, it was like 160 or something like that. That's just insane. I mean, that's like 10x what Tesla is, and people say Tesla is way overvalued. Um, and Snowflake is doubling, so and tripling and all that. So good growth, but they're going to have to do a lot to get up to the value of their market cap. Workhorse tomorrow, no idea. No idea short term. Fastly, Logan Fisher saying Fastly instead of Peloton. Haven't looked into Fastly too much. Get some rest, brother. Yeah, I am tired. All these videos are getting to me. What's up, Travis? I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming in. Okay. So I think we'll probably go for a couple more minutes here. Snowflake long term, possibly. I mean, they're gonna have to grow to be a massive power if they want to continue at the price that they're at now. I do not day trade. I wouldn't even do that if I had the time. I don't think day trading is a good use of time and or money. I think that's a good way to lose money a lot of the time. I am not a doctor. For Rye, I'm not a doctor, but I was pre-med. So that's why my mom got me these posters back here. Thoughts on Blink charging? I actually answered that a little bit earlier with SBE. Um, I think long term, these EV companies will try to build out a network if they have enough money. Crack a beer? Maybe I'll crack a beer. Thoughts on LCA merger with Golden Nugget? I don't know. It's an interesting business for sure. Green Power Motor, interesting. They're interesting. John owns NAT at $8. What should you do? Oh, that's tough, man. That's quite the decrease. Um, I don't know. That's tough. I guess it depends if you're willing to lose a little bit more or wait for it to go up. I sold out at NAT a while ago though. Lakers or Heat? I'd say Lakers. I used to like LeBron a lot. I haven't watched as much NBA over the last couple of years, but yeah. All right. Need to get back down to the bottom. No, I don't play any options. I've never bought an option or sold an option or anything. If I had $1,000, what stock would I buy for the first time? If I had $1,000, I'd probably be buying Facebook. I like their growth a lot, and they're a big company too. They're pretty stable. Yeah, so you can day trade and become profitable. It's just it's tough to do. It kind of goes against human nature a little bit to time the stock market to buy in when it's low, sell when it's high, or sell when it's going up. I think that's tough. If I had 10K, what would I buy? Stock wise, I'd probably buy like 4 or 5 different stocks. Probably Facebook, probably an index, probably IIPR for dividends. And then I don't know, probably split it up a couple different ways still. Maybe some Berkshire Hathaway. um, I guess it depends what your time horizon is. When was the last time I played a video game? Today. I play Clash Royale on my phone a lot. Uh, I do not have COVID, but yeah, I feel like I'm losing my voice from talking so much these days. I do not have any crypto. Thoughts on you? I don't know what that is. That ain't no video game. Yeah, it's a mobile game. What's up, Juicy Bacon? So what's the workhorse news? So no workhorse news right now. Just talking about workhorse today. Hold hold or sell workhorse. I'm holding. I just made a video the other day on all the bullish points and I feel good about it still. What do I think about NIO? I just don't know the culture much over in China or the marketplace, so I'm not buying. I love the name. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. The videos are awesome. I appreciate that. I do have a Roth, Logan. Interesting you asked that. So I do have a Roth. Most of my money is in my Roth. That's why I invested in the most before this year. I have Facebook, Tesla. I should probably do a Roth review sometime soon because I haven't talked about it in a while. Facebook, Tesla, index funds, a lot of different REITs in there. All right. Thoughts on Lemonade? I haven't looked into Lemonade that much. What's tomorrow's target for Workhorse? I have no idea. I don't think anyone really knows what any stock's going to do the next day. How will the USPS contract be announced? I don't know. I take a look and actually this might not be the best way to do it, but I always log into WeBull. This sounds like an ad, but it's not. I always log into WeBull and I check the stock. If it's gone up a lot, then I pull up the news in the comments, and generally people are talking about it if something's happened with it. So I pull up those first. It will show a notification if there's anything new from news or from comments, and then I just like watch it all day. People wonder how I get my news so quickly, and it's just that. If you guys want, though, there is a link down to Webull down there. They have 2 free stocks still if you deposit $100. Okay. Shell projections, no idea. They don't have a contract in front of them, so they could go anywhere. Juicy Bacon, thank you. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, like the stream, or 100% of this is going to Oshkosh. 100% of the contract is going to Oshkosh. Yes, shameless Weeble plug. Do I think Hyliion will go to 60 tomorrow? I don't think so, but who knows? Um, how do I feel about solar as a long-term investment? Could do well. I like Tesla because they have some solar roofs in their company. What would be the best way to get multiple incomes? Shameless plug. Watch my video for the 14 streams of income and take a look at all the different ways I've made money this year. I have made money a lot of different ways. Probably, like I said, 14 streams of income throughout the year, from bank account bonuses to credit card bonuses to YouTube to personal training to selling stuff on the side to painting on the side, all different kinds of things. Would I invest on margin? Hmm. That's a good question. So I don't think so. Thing is though, I have invested when I have student loans, so I guess that's kind of like it. I don't know. I mean, I've been paying an interest rate when I could have paid that off. And I invested anyway, so I don't know. I guess it's somewhat similar. Will I ever stop investing in stocks one day? I mean, I could see that happening if there's some major change in the market and we just know that like stocks will never come back. But a lot of people think that, and then the stock market does great. So I don't imagine that. But if I have better opportunities to invest in real estate and I can't invest in stocks, I could see that happening, I guess. I'm in Michigan, by the way, for everyone. Workhorse or DPHC? Well, if you buy Workhorse, you own part of DPHC, so that's a good option. They own 10% of DPH of Lordstown. So just reading through this. You're under 18 but don't know how to invest in Workhorse. I think you need a account with your parent on it. Workhorse or DPHC again. Workhorse owns part of Lordstown. Shout out to Jose. Yeah, I can give a shout out to him. Do I think Lakers will win in 4? Definitely could happen. Ooh, got Workhorse at 940. Nice. How many people do I know that got sick? So I think I only know 2. Later, KCC man. Thanks. My biggest position is Facebook for an individual stock. Indexes for everything else. Will tomorrow be a green day? I hope so. Always nice. All right. Well, I probably will wrap this up. Does anyone have any final questions? If you guys don't mind, please hit the like button down below. I appreciate it too. Got Workhorse at $1.68. Nice. Do I think Zuckerberg makes most of his money from selling our personal information? I don't think so. Could be though. Any thoughts on SPI that shot up 3,000%? No, I didn't look into it too much. After I saw it go up that much, I I didn't want to invest. Do I like Fanta? Sure. Not too much though. Favorite stock? Facebook. Jose Luis. Shout out. All right. I think I got lost there. Do I have Apple? I do not. When did I buy my first stock? I bought my first index funds a couple years ago. Will the lack of stimulus tank the markets before elections? I don't think so. I don't think too many people are actually relying on it right now, but it could be. I am 25, John. What do I think the stock market will do tomorrow? So hard to know. It could go up 3%, then down 3%. Who knows? How many shares of Workhorse would I like to own? I kind of like where I'm sitting at now for my portfolio size. It's it's maybe 4 or 5% of my portfolio. I just don't have much more than that in any individual stock. I'm pretty risk averse, honestly. Do I think Shell will go down after ticker change? I don't think so necessarily. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully we will be able to actually get Jarrad on for next video. So I wasn't able to figure this out. I had like multiple streams going and it was frustrating trying to get it to work out. But hopefully, Jarrad's an awesome guy. You should definitely check out his channel, Jarrad Morrow, Jarrad with an A, and I'll put it somewhere, in the description or something here in a second so that you can check him out. But hopefully we'll be able to get him on for the next live stream because he was nice enough to come on here, came on early, and then I couldn't get it to work after like half an hour. So I tried to get it on. I tried to do all the software setup ahead of time, but it just was something that I've never done. So I appreciate it, guys. Oh, Andrew's wondering how much is my Patreon. So you can check it out in the description if you want to check it out. There are a couple different tiers. But thank you guys all for watching. If you're watching the recording, thank you. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments after I post this video. Thank you for everyone that donated. You never have to feel like you have to donate. I just loved making these videos too and being able to talk to you guys real time. Be on the lookout for a couple things that are coming. The video on SPACs tomorrow. A couple other things that are interesting, merch coming out, some collaborations, tons of different stuff. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. We will see you in the next video. I have a video coming out at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.